Good morning, everybody. It's a great morning here. It's Wednesday, September the 18th, and I'm getting ready to make some more jam in this wonderful Deluxe Cooking blender that Pampered Chef has out now. And I just wanted to share with you how easy it is to make jam. When we first heard that we were getting this blender back in the summer at conference, I got so excited when they said it would make jam. I used to make it a long time ago, and it was a lot of work. And this is just simply a breeze to do. And so anyway, I just want to show you, I have the blender, and I'm going to tilt my camera down just a little bit. Hey, Carrie Murphy, how are you? I'm going to see if I can tilt my camera down just a little bit. So there we go. So you guys can see the blender a little bit better. And anyway, we're going to start off. It's just very simple ingredients. I'm actually making blackberry jam this morning. I got these beautiful blackberries at the farmer's market last week from the Hendersons. They have some awesome blackberries out of North Carolina, I believe, and they are huge. Look at these things. Anyway, we're going to get started with the jam now. And it starts off just simply with a 1/4 cup of water. Then you add your fruit. And I've made several different varieties. I've made strawberry, blackberry. Oops, there went one of my blackberries in the floor. I'll have to eat that one. Blueberry, cherry, peach, any fruit works. And you just put your water in. Some of the recipes I don't think even call for water. This one particular one does. Your fruit. And then I have measured out 5 tablespoons of fruit pectin. And you can buy, I know around here in Sevier County we have Sure Gel. That's what I always used to use. It would take a whole box. That's about 5 tablespoons. I choose to buy the Kroger brand, and I can get a couple of runs of jam out of that. So it's a little bit more economical to do it that way. But anyway, you just put your pectin in there, and that's what causes your jam or jelly to actually gel. And then we're going to add our lid. Let's grab that over here. And the lid just goes on, and you just turn it till it clicks. Now I've got it plugged in. I'm going to push the power button, and then there is actually a jam setting on here. So we're just going to turn the knob until it gets over to the jam setting. You can also, of course, do soups. You can do your homemade nut butters, peanut butter, almond butter, whatever you like. This thing just does it all. And the best thing about it too is once you're done, you know, anytime I use a blender, whether it's to make a smoothie or whatever, it's a pain in the rear to have to clean it. Well, this thing actually washes itself. It has a wash setting. So that's another thing that I was so excited about. Anyway, I just turned it till I hit the jam setting, and then push the button. And I'm going to do that in a minute, but it does make a little bit of noise, so I wanted to finish talking to you before I actually turn that on so that you can just see it. And it does take a few minutes. It will heat up to boiling, of course, because you have to boil when you're making jam. And it just heats up, and you can watch the temperature actually shows on the screen when you're getting hot. Now when it gets to the right temperature, it will tell me to add my sugar, which I have my sugar already measured out here. I like to use this silicone bowl because it's really easy. I can remove this top little thing and pour the sugar in right there without spilling a lot of it. But it takes 2½ cups of sugar for this jam. And then that's all you do. And then it beeps when it's done. Can you believe that? You don't have to stand over it. There's no stirring. There's no watching. There's no, I don't know if it's ready yet. It tells you when it's ready. Now, what I do, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm just going to push it, and you're going to get to see. It's going to start up here. And it just does a little bit, and then it'll stop, and it'll keep doing that off and on. I've kind of gotten immune to the sound. My cat doesn't like it very much, though. But anyway, it just keeps going. And I will have to tell you, when I made the blackberry the other day, I was really curious as to how seedy it would be. You know, a lot of times the blackberry jam has those big seeds. And I was really amazed. Not very many seeds, because this thing actually pulverizes the seeds too. So it's just a nice, smooth, blackberry flavored jam. And it's so delicious. And I'll show you some here in just a second. But anyway, let's move the camera over here. And I want to show you what I'm doing to get ready for my jam. Now, if you like freezer jam, you can actually just put it in a container and freeze it once it's done. Let it cool down, you can freeze it. But I prefer to put mine in jars because I like to give it to people as gifts. And so I have got in this pan, I have my lids. And this little batch of jam in the blender will actually make between 4 and 5 little half pints, which is just enough to give to a couple friends and keep one for yourself. Anyway, I've got my lids in one pan. In the other pan over here, I have, let's see if we can get the camera. Let me just turn this thing around. Hang on. That'd be the easy way to do it. All right, now you can see my jars that I have in there ready to go with some water. And what I usually end up doing, turn back around, what I usually end up doing is as soon as I add the sugar in to make the jam, then I will turn my jars on, get them nice and hot, get them boiling, and the lid's the same. And then you just take it out and put your jam in. And what makes it super easy is you can just pour it right out of the blender, right into the jar. You don't even need a funnel. It's super, super easy. Put the lids on, and then I put my jars back in the pot and do a 10-minute hot water bath. And what that means is you just boil them for 10 minutes. And then you take them out and they seal. And then you can keep them or give them away, whatever. We tend to be keeping a lot of ours because we've been eating a lot of jam here, and I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it is delicious. And like I said, you can make any kind of jam. I even made some peach jam out of some peaches that I got at the market that were almost overripe, but not quite. And so I just cut them up. I didn't even peel them, and it pulverizes that peel. And it's as smooth as can be. I didn't even have to peel the peaches. So I'm telling you, this blender is something else. Let's go back over here and look at it again because it's starting to get a little bit more mixed up. Let's see if we can see it from here. Can you guys see that? And it's showing on the dial, it's up to about 86 degrees, so it's got a ways to go. So it is going to keep going, and I'm going to, let you watch this a second. I'm going to grab some jam out of the refrigerator. I want to show you how it turns out. This is actually a jar that I made a couple days ago, and you can see I've already eaten about half of it. But look how smooth this is. And it's awesome on a biscuit, on toast, or just with a spoon. But that's the texture that you're going to get by using this blender. Easiest jam I have ever tried to make. Now, let me tell you a couple other things that you can do with this. You can also make soups. We have a wonderful sauce for a hidden veggie marinara sauce that comes with this. Oh, and I forgot to even mention, you do get this great cookbook. Got tons of recipes. And it starts you off, you're not going to make a mistake. It's pretty much foolproof, or I couldn't do it. So anyway, but you've got to get one of these blenders. I am just freaking out over it. It's so great. And let me tell you a secret. Well, it's not really a secret. But you can actually get this blender a couple of different ways. Of course, you can pay full price for it, but who wants to do that? You can also host a party, either in September or in October. And as the host, you can actually get it at 60% off, which knocks it down to about $139, I think. So it's super, it would make a great Christmas gift. Tell your better half, hey, this is what I want for Christmas, and let them purchase it for you, or host a party and get it, like I said, at 60% off. And then there's one other way that you can actually get this, and that is you can get it for free. And you can do that by joining my team this month before the last day of September. Just decide you want to sell Pampered Chef for a little while. I'll help you get started. Lots of us are doing our business all online now, doing all Facebook parties very successfully. I'll help you learn to do that, and you can get your blender absolutely free. So what do you think? I think it's a great deal any way that you get it, because you're going to have so much fun with this blender. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my little video. I will come back later and show you the finished product. I'll try to come back in and show you when I start putting it in the jars so you can actually see how that goes. But anyway, I hope y'all have a great day, and I hope that you'll keep watching. Love you guys. Bye.